What are those things that Allah can do with justice and for those that are just? What exactly? If Allah wants to do anything, there's always a philosophy behind him doing it. Allah said, Waqimu Salat. There's a philosophy behind us praying Salat. He said, Inna Salat Tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar. Salat will prevent you from wrongdoing, and gradually you become righteous. And as a result, you become of God. Now, Allah said you should be just. Why has He commanded us to be just? The scholar said, Inna Allaha yanzuru dawlat al-'adla. That Allah can help the government can help a just government. Allah will help any just government. Look at the sayings of the scholars. Inna Allaha yanzuru dawlat al-'adla. Allah will help any leadership or government that is just. وَلَا قِيَامَ لِأُمَّةٍ وَلَا عِزَّةَ لِلدَّوْلَةِ وَلَا نَصْرُ لِلْإِمَارَةِ إِلَّا بِالْعَدْلِ. And Allah will not help anybody or any nation or honor any nation except they are just. And that was the reason why the Prophet ﷺ said in one of the hadiths, he said, Inna Allaha, he said, La qaddasa Allahu ummatan La ya'khudhu da'ifu wa haqqahu min qawiyya. That Allah will not be pleased with any community that refuse to take the right of the weak ones for them from the hand of the strong ones. Any community that refuses, that anytime the strong ones are oppressing the weak ones, they keep quiet. Allah will not be pleased with them. Any community or society that refuses to stand against oppression, stand against injustice on behalf of the weak ones, and they will never see the favor of Allah. Upon this hadith, Imam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala now said, Kalam Nafisu Jiddan. One very beautiful statement concerning this. Ibn Taymiyyah said, Inna Allaha yanzuru dawlat al-'adila walau kana kafira. That don't think because you are Muslims, then it is automatic that Allah must make you successful. No. Don't think because you are Muslim and you are in government, it is Buhari now is a Muslim. And as a result of that, his government must be the best of the best. And Ibn said no. Inna Allaha yanzuru dawlata al-'adila walau kana kafira. That even if it is the government of a kafir, even if it's a kafir that is the head of a government, but such government is just, or such person in power is just, Allah will make him successful. Allah will help him and bail him out of all issues. Which means Allah will not use you being a Muslim or being a Muslim Ummah as a yardstick for success, either in governance or in leadership, but justice. Whosoever that is just, and such person is in government, Allah will raise his government to the highest of the heights, and will give him the best of successes and achievements. Why? Because he's just. And that is the reason why today America will continue to triumph over all other nations. Or let me say the American community will continue to triumph because of the justice that plays in that country. It's a country where the right of an individual is protected. A country where the strong cannot just take hold of the weak anyhow without being queried or being challenged. It is a country where you are in power does not mean you cannot end your life in jail. It's a country where because you have the resources, you have wealth, does not mean you cannot find yourself behind bars. Justice. It's a country where if you are found guilty that you killed somebody, no matter how high you are placed, you will be brought to book. But look at us here in Nigeria. You don't even need to know Buhari You don't even need to be the son of a minister or the son of a commissioner. Ordinarily, if you know one influential person in your area and you drive against the traffic, and last man catch you driving against the traffic, the only thing you just need to look at, brother, and what is eating food, you take the food to them. And that settles it. What about those people that have been caught and does not have anybody to call? Where lies justice? And I said, such society will never see success. A society where those who are at the bottom will only be the only ones receiving the sanctions of power. But those that are in authority and those that are influential will always do anything and go scot-free. Even as far as killing people in Nigeria. Somebody will kill someone because he is influential and knows one person or the other, and the case will be buried. The prophet said, such society will never be successful. But any society that stands in for justice, even if it's the government of Kufar, the Hebrew Tebia said, Allah will give them Nasr. I know what Nasr means. Nasr means Allah. Even when the Sahabas, during the life of the prophet, feel that there is need for us to be successful in this our dawah, what did they ask for? Nasr. They said, Mata Nasr Allah. Oh, you prophet of Allah, when is the Nasr of Allah going to come? And Allah said, Inna Nasr Allah Qarib. The Nasr of Allah is very near. People said, Allah will not grant Nasr to any community or any government, except that government is just, even if it is the government of the Kufar. Wholesomely, they now discover, they now define justice as what? Scholars say, al-adl, justice, huwa itahu kulla haqqin haqqan. Min ghayri tahayyuzin aw mustahabat. Justice is given to every individual what they deserve, without any prejudice, without any biasness, without any form of favoritism. Whatsoever that anybody deserves, regardless of his religion, his faith, regardless of his tribe, his ethnicity, regardless of who he comes from, he knows somebody or he doesn't, they must be given what is rightly due to them.